They said vampires rule the night. But what if the devil's watchdog was guarding their sleep? In The Lost Boys, one creature lurks in the shadows, almost forgotten, yet he may be the most terrifying of them all. Tonight, we're digging into Thorn, the so-called Hound of Hell, a beast that wasn't just a guard dog in The Lost Boys, but a living echo of one of the oldest horrors in human mythology. By the end of this video, you'll know why Thorn may not just be Max's pet, but the truest monster in Santa Carla. Thorn appears only a handful of times. He's Max's guard dog, a big, imposing white German shepherd. On the surface, he's just a pet. But the way Thorn is framed on screen tells another story. He snarls. He hunts Lucy down when she gets too close to Max's secret. He stands watch during the day, guarding the vampire's lair. This isn't just a dog acting tough. Thorn plays the role of something darker. For centuries, cultures around the world told stories of supernatural dogs tied to death, the underworld, and demons. In Norse mythology, there's Garma, a blood-stained hound who guards the gates of hell. In English folklore, the Black Shuck, a massive, ghostly dog with burning eyes, was said to stalk lonely travelers. In Greek legend, Cerberus, the three-headed hound, kept souls from escaping Hades. What all of these beasts have in common: they protect the darkness, they guard the damned. And Thorn fits perfectly into that tradition. He doesn't guard a house, he guards a coffin. Max's coffin. Here's the strange part. The movie never tells us what Thorn really is. Is he just a normal loyal dog? Or did Max turn him into something more? Can a vampire's power twist even animals into servants? Thorn blurs the line. He's never shown feeding like a vampire. But his aggression is unnatural. He knows who threatens his master before anyone else does. This mystery makes Thorn terrifying. Because if he's just a dog, he's proof that evil doesn't need fangs. If he's a hellhound, then the Lost Boys world is much bigger and darker than anyone realized. The most chilling moment in The Lost Boys isn't a vampire's fangs, it's a dog's. When Lucy visits Max's home, Thorn doesn't growl like a normal watchdog. He lunges, teeth bared, eyes blazing, not just defending territory, but striking with a bloodthirst that feels supernatural. Lucy barely escapes, stumbling out into the night as Thorn's jaws snap at the air, desperate to spill blood. This isn't random aggression, it's ritual. Because Thorn isn't just a pet, he is a hellhound, created, not born, and bound to Max's will. In vampire folklore stretching back centuries, masters of the undead often controlled animals. In Bram Stoker's Dracula, the Count arrives in England as a great black dog, tied to wolves and night creatures. Across European legend, hellhounds were guardians of thresholds, protectors of graves, beasts that ensured no living soul dared interfere with their master's domain. That's exactly what Thorn is. He doesn't guard Max's house, he guards Max's coffin. He isn't loyal to the family who feeds him. He's bound by blood and shadow to the vampire who owns him. How was he made? The answer lies in vampiric lore of familiars. Just as a vampire can enthrall a human servant, some tales say they can bind animals through blood. A dark pact. A few drops from the master's vein, and the beast becomes something more than an animal. Faster, stronger, no longer fully natural. Thorn isn't just a dog anymore. He is Max's sentinel. His eyes glow with unnatural fire. His strength is amplified beyond reason, and his will is tethered to one command: kill for the master. That's why Lucy's scene matters so much. It's not just a dog attack. It's the film confirming a deeper truth about Max's power. He didn't just command the Lost Boys. He created weapons in every form, even in the body of a hound. When Max dies at the end of The Lost Boys, the film never shows Thorn again. The screen falls silent, leaving his fate a mystery. In folklore, hellhounds are never just pets. They are bound to their masters, cursed guardians who protect the threshold between life and death. Some tales say when their master dies, the beast vanishes too, dissolving back into the shadows. Others claim the hound remains, guarding the grave, chained to its duty long after the master is gone. So what about Thorn? Because here's the thing, David didn't truly die. His body never turned to dust like the other Lost Boys. So did Thorn. Thorn was never just Max's guard dog. He was bound to the strongest vampire in the coven. When Max perished, Thorn would have instinctively sought out the next master of power. And who was left, lingering between life and death? David. Picture it, a blood-soaked Santa Carla, the Lost Boys scattered, Max's empire in ruins, and in the shadows, David rising from the ashes, broken, furious, but alive. Waiting for him is Thorn, loyal as ever, his eyes burning red with something more than animal instinct. From that night on, Thorn wouldn't be a mere guard dog. He would be David's warhound, a living weapon, a hellhound with no leash, trained to stalk the night and tear apart anyone who dared challenge the last true lost boy. The legend doesn't end with Max. It mutates. And at the center of it is David, hand resting on Thorn's collar, both of them bound in hunger and vengeance. Some say if you walk the boardwalk of Santa Carla long after midnight, you can still hear it, the low growl of a dog, too deep to be normal, followed by the laugh of a boy who never grew old. Love this video? Then you're in for a chilling treat. Tap the video on screen to explore even more twisted tales and uncover the eerie origins behind your favorite horror cult classic.